We're going?
We are going.
Hi guys, welcome back to Benmore CrossFit at home. We've got a great interval workout. Let's zoom in and have a look at it. So we've got 6 total intervals. First interval is a 4-minute AMRAP, so that's as many reps as possible. For the guys, you will do 15 rowing calories, if you have a rower. For the girls, 12. Followed by 15 front squats. RX weight for the guys is 50 kgs. RX weight for the girls is 35 kgs. They will take a 2-minute break and come back for our second interval, which again is a 4-minute AMRAP of 15 bike calories, or 12 for the girls, followed by 15 power jerks, followed by a 2-minute break. So that would be 2 intervals. So effectively we will do this 3 times round. Okay. So in total, what does it take? It takes 6, 12, 36 minutes. Well, I probably don't want to include the last 2. 34 minutes. 34 minutes total. Is that right?
4, 8.
4.
Yeah, so the whole round's 12.
12. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maz, I mean, 2 minutes after this workout. Not my strong point. Okay. Anyway, so that's the full equipment version, and of course, scaling the weights as necessary. If in doubt today, go light. Okay, during your warm-up, if you think, oh, that's fine, I could go a little, it's no problem, stick with that. If you think, well, that's just heavy enough. If in doubt, go light today. The limit equipment version, your alternatives for the calories, regardless if it's bike or rowing, 16 mountain climbers. And no difference between guys and girls in this one. Your front squat will be a goblet squat, and you will do your max reps in 60 seconds. And your power jerks will be your max power jerks or jerk press, max power jerks in 60 seconds. Okay, and you'll establish that number during the warm-up, and that's the number that you stick to. And the reason that, just to be really clear, the reason that you find a number and you stick to it during the workout is it's not as many as you can do in 60 seconds, because then when you're really tired, you just do many less reps. No, it's find the number during your warm-up and you stick to that number. Okay. Alrighty. So let's think about warm-up. Warm-up is your usual 5 minutes of appropriate cardio. So run, bike, skip, jump, whatever you've got. Followed by 10 air squats. Followed by 5 strict press per side. I'm just going to talk through these today because I think we've probably been over all of these before, so you should be familiar enough with them. I'll demo the drills, but in terms of the warm-up, it's 10 air squat followed by 5 strict press per side 3 times round, followed by 5 pass-throughs, followed by 30 per side fire hydrants twice round. Okay, and then our usual pipe shoulder routine. I will just demo that because that's maybe not just as clear. So start off with our lat stretch. So start off like this, okay? Straight line between our hips and our wrists. Push your shoulders down and through, push the pipe away, and push the pipe over to our left-hand side, but my right hand is on top, and I hold that for 30 seconds. Then I go through to my pipe pass-throughs. So take the pipe, straight arms, 10 of those, 10 around the world, clockwise, and then anti-clockwise, and then finish off with your lat stretch, but with your hand, the other hand on top. So in this case it's my left, push the pipe away, straighten out as much as I can, keep pushing, and push the pipe over to my right. Okay. Now our front rack, we've been through this before, but just to reiterate, take your pipe, if you're going to go into battle with somebody, you're going to batters.
Oh, not me.
No, not Sarah, just going to go, feel like I'm Star Wars or something. Anyway, so take the pipe, flick it over the back, and take your other hand, reach under your armpit, grab the pipe, full grip up here, bring the pipe out in front of you. Elbow pop off to the side, that's fine. Keep full grip, bring the pipe up, hold it for 30 seconds, and then back round on the other side, hold it for 30 seconds, and then the second time round, bring the pipe out in front of you, so your elbow will come out in front of you. Sorry, bring the pipe across you so that your elbow will come out in front, and the same again here. Okay, so that's very quickly our pipe routine. So hit pause on the video, go do your warm up, and then come back for the drills. Okay, good warm up done. Tick, I hope so. Drills. So for our front squat, if you're working with a fixed object, like a kettlebell, dumbbell, or just an odd object, then you will most likely, in this workout, be doing a goblet squat. Okay, and a goblet squat is really quite straightforward. Take your weight, hold it up close to your chest. I like to, when I'm goblet squatting with a kettlebell, I like the weight, the handle to be pointing down. And you can do that. Just doesn't feel as stable. That just feels. Anyway, shooter's choice. Feet are approximately between hip and shoulder width apart. Initiate the movement by sticking your bum back, as if you're going to sit down in the toilet. Keep your chest up. And voila. Now, if you've got a really wide squat, you might find you do that, and you keep your elbows in. If you've got a very narrow squat, that's fine. Ideally, your hips are, so your feet are approximately hip width apart, and you're probably going to have to put your elbows out to the side. Okay. Now, this is the time for you, if you're working with your goblet squat, to set a timer and see how many can you do in 60 seconds, and do that 3 times right. Take your average, that's your number. So here you get X reps, average. And that is the number that you will do in the workout. Okay. If you're working with a barbell, I want you to start off with 2 sets of 10 with an empty barbell. Pop it up into the front rack position. Hands are, depending on your mobility, hands are approximately, if you notice the knurling in the bar, I like to have my hands where my thumbs are just at the very edge of the knurling. I like that in my front squat. You can, if you have a little bit more mobility, you can bring your hands in, that's fine. Okay, anyway, regardless, chest is up, feet are just under your hips, big proud chest, and sit down on the toilet. And stand. And stand. Really think about pushing your elbows up as much as you can. And stand. Okay. So, 2 sets of 10. Really working on keeping your chest up. Keep looking up the whole time. And then we're going to move on to our pressing movements. So, if you are working with a fixed weight, in fact, if you're working with a fixed weight, I'll demo that separately from the barbell. So, barbell, we're going to start off with 10 strict press. Strict press looks like this. Essentially, not quite in our front rack position. Our elbows are pointed, still out in front of the barbell, but they're pointed down. Our wrists come around a little bit. Tummy is tight, bum is tight, thighs are tight, and just press the weight over our heads. Make sure everything's really tight at the top, bum's tight, thighs are tight, and back down again. So 10 of those. followed by 10 push press. So push press, slight dip, explosion up to the full extension. So full extension. Slight dip, come back up, and as the momentum from going from here to here, you'll feel the bar go up, then you push the bar up. So it looks like this. And then our jerk press, same again, dip, drive, jump, and then catch the bar on its way up. Looks like this. Okay, so you've got that little double dip. So 10 strip, so I want you to do all 30 of these reps unbroken without letting go of the bar. 10 strip press, 10 push press, 10 jerk press, and you'll find as it starts to get heavier, the good news is you start to use your thighs, your hips more in the movement. So do all 30 of those unbroken. Now, if you're doing work with a kettlebell, or dumbbell, or other odd object, well, it's exactly the same thing. So you start off with your strict press, elbows out in front, tummy is tight, thighs are tight, bum's tight, everything's tight, push it over your head. Followed by push press, followed by push jerk, and if you're working with a fixed weight, now is the time for you to work out your X reps, average, and apply that here. And do one set on one side, do one set on the other, take the average of those two sets. That's your max reps, okay? And if you're working with a fixed weight on your 15 power jerks, I'd definitely split them up between your, alternate between left and right. Now, what you could do is you could do, the first time you come round, you could do them all on your left. Second time you come round, you could do them all on your right. I personally would probably split them to do like a 7 and an 8. And if I started 7 on my left side, then right, 8 on my right side. The next time I come round, I'd do 8 on my left and 7 on my right, if you can remember. I mean, hey, it's only one rep, it's not going to make that much difference, but if you can think about it. Okay, so that's if you're working with a fixed object. If you're working with a barbell, build up to where you can do 7 or 8 unbroken jerk press. And that is the weight that you will use. Because if you can jerk press it, you can most likely front squat it. So build up, get to a weight where you think, yep, that 8 feels good, feels solid. I could probably do a lot more of them, but it feels just about right. Test your front squat. Go. Alrighty. So this is a great workout. My experience of doing it. Mountain climbers. Mountain climber. So a mountain climber, effectively, you're in your plank position. Shoulders are really active, so not like this. I push through. I have a nice arch from my shoulders down to my bum. Roughly, Sarah, would you say?
Yeah.
Yep. And I bring one leg up, other leg up. That's 2, 3, 4, and so on and so forth. You're a mountain climber. Try to avoid this happening. It should be down here. Okay?
Mm-hmm. top half of your body still right down to your butt.
Yeah. So my experience of this workout was nicely intense. This is the sort of workout that, for me, has just enough weight for me to really struggle, and I like to sprint on the bike, so I find it really hard to not push myself. That sounds really strange. But I find that this is the sort of workout that I find I can really empty the tank. And that's exactly what we're looking for. Specifically because we have 2 minutes break in between. So you've got a 2-to-1 work ratio. You should be relatively well rested to then enable you to attack the next 4 minutes absolutely flat out. Rest, attack it flat out. So that's the strategy, is to go as hard and fast as you can every time the 4 minutes comes round. Sarah, your advice from behind the scenes?
Well, I went a good bit lighter.
No longer behind the scenes.
Okay. All right. Well, I went a good bit lighter. I did mine at 20 kilos, but I worked at doing them all unbroken. So, my very first set, I think, of power jerks, I did all 15 straight, which was hard because I then I was working mostly on pushing myself because the bike is a weakness of mine.
Yeah, and it was quite interesting. So Sarah went light, went unbroken, and went really smooth. I went really hard on the bike and rower, and then found myself having to take more breaks with the weights. So we were kind of on a par. You were more steady.
Yeah, so I sort of caught you up in
places you did. Yeah.
On the weights.
Yeah. Whereas I was flat out on the rower and the bike. But anyway.
My flat out on the bike looks very different to your flat out on the bike.
Yeah, of course. It's all good.
But
it's all good.
It was good. Apart from the point where I thought we'd finished and we still had 2 rounds.
Yeah, Sarah thought we were only doing 4 total intervals. In fact, no.
The disappointment.
The enjoyment, the opportunity to get even fitter.
Yes, sorry, that's what I meant to say.
It was a gift. Okay, team. Any questions, give us a shout. Hope you enjoy it. Push hard. See you for the next one.
Bye.
Bye.